Look at us.
Yay!
Look at
Look at
us.
us. We're so cute.
I found with the lives, it's interesting because I find with lives, there's that couple of seconds that it just doesn't show up.
Yeah.
So I always say, like, the very beginning, if you caught the very beginning of a live, then you definitely are catching it on the replay because there's always those like 9 seconds that
Yeah,
nobody
I
catches
know.
at the
And I'm
beginning.
like, look
But
at us.
here we are. Here
Well, the
we are.
reason community of whom are watching this, which was just terrible English, to those of you out there watching it, we're using a new streaming service, which
We
Janine
are.
Volano George went and did research on because last week we couldn't get on, and she's a problem
Mm,
solver. So I just go, look at us, we did it. I didn't have to do anything. I just
appreciate
had to
that.
push a couple buttons. Yeah, actually, that's a lot, isn't it, compared to how I used to be?
You know what? Honestly, if it works for us, then this is the one we
Yeah.
use. But it looks pretty clear, and we'll see once the comments start coming through. I'm going to try to pull it up as best as I can here, and I'm moving some
Yay.
stuff right now. But here's what's cool, Mary Grace. We're actually live on YouTube on 2 different channels right now, so this does
I'm so
work. So
happy for
that's
all of you that
exciting.
are getting to see us. Yay! Oh, the more the merrier,
So
guys.
good.
Oh, this is so
So
fun.
good.
Yeah, I usually start with some kind of story about what's been going on in my life or what's, been
Right.
going on in this chaotic little world that I live in. But well, the latest is my daughter-in-law was telling me that my 4-year-old granddaughter, she said
Okay.
she had her hair she had her all ready for the day and her hair was blown out beautifully, and Killian was just
Oh.
doing a few crafts on her own before they left the house. And Kristen, my daughter-in-law, went in to see if she was ready to go, and she said she saw hair hair on the floor, and then
Oh, she didn't
hair
cut
like
it.
on this like scotch tape
Oh,
and stuff.
jeez.
And she had accidentally cut
Oh,
her own
Scotch.
hair, and then she tried to tape it back on with
Oh,
scotch
good God bless her.
tape.
Oh, good God bless her. Oh my
I
God.
know. And Kristen's telling me this story, and we're laughing, of course. And Killian goes, I can't believe you're telling that story. It's still not funny. It was very upsetting.
I imagine that
She's
really
4 years
was.
old, going on like people say, like 82 or something. But I could just picture her panicking, trying to tape it to her head, like, oh no, what have I done? But you
Look, I
couldn't
just
really tell.
swapped us so you'd be first. That's beautiful.
Yay!
Hey, guess what? There's a bunch of people jumping on. Hello, everyone.
Yay!
Hey,
That
Rhonda.
reminded
Hi,
me.
Brenda.
Are you
Yolanda,
right-handed?
hello.
Is
Am I
anybody
what?
out there? Hey, you guys, is anybody
I'm
out there left?
right-handed.
Okay, if anybody's left-handed, put it in the comments.
Yeah, that was
Because
last
it
week.
reminded me, my little brother in his 50s, he's left-handed. And believe it or
Yeah.
not, only that long ago, so like 50 years ago, it was really rare. It was very difficult to find like anything that left-handed people could use. So we found
Okay.
him left-handed scissors, and he was so
Oh.
excited. But same thing, we came out of our bedrooms in the morning and we saw like hair on every step. And then on the bottom of the steps, my brother, and we're like, well, I
Oh,
guess he figured out.
gracious.
He was so excited to have left-handed scissors. And then my
Oh,
father-in-law
gracious.
was left-handed, and they used to tie his hand behind his back when he was
Yep.
in
Yep.
grammar school.
Yep.
And now I
I've
think my
heard that.
little Declan is going to be left-handed. So it's just interesting all the ways that we have grown, as communities accepting differences.
Well,
Is
you
that
said tape, and at first I didn't think of the fact that I thought maybe she put the tape on. You remember how they used to tape your bangs down and cut
yes?
across the tape?
No, she was trying to tape
I
her
got
hair
it.
back up
God
so no
bless
one
her.
would notice.
It's a great opening story, Mary Grace. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yeah,
See what
never
we
a
get to
dull
talk
moment.
about with our direct sales? Never a dull moment with our direct sales business.
Can
So
anybody
listen,
say they're left-handed? Wait, did you say with
yeah, we
this
have a
one I
couple.
can see the comments? No, I can't.
You should be able to. On the right-hand side, there's a chat. Are you on your phone or are you on your
Yeah,
computer? Okay,
yeah.
no, on your phone, there might be a chat across the bottom. There is a chat. You should be able to see both. I
Okay.
see you're squinting, so you might.
I know. My mom was giving me a hard time about that. Mary Grace, you're
That's
squinting all the
okay.
time. How about
Yeah,
if I put my glasses on? That's an idea.
I did see we do have some lefties. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, hello.
I love
I have to
lefties.
tell you. Oh, I'm not. 5 out of 6 of Brenda Gray's grandchildren are left-handed. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, wow. So
Hi,
my
everyone. Thank
father-in-law
you.
and my mother-in-law were both left-handed and they got married. And then my husband was the only one of the 5 kids that they had that was left-handed. So, and now Declan, who's got
Interesting.
Declan Paul, he's named after Paul. He was born exactly 9 months after Paul died. He's left-handed. And I swear,
Oh.
sometimes you just think, oh,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
something
I
to
know what
all
you're
this.
thinking. I know what
Yeah,
you're thinking. I agree. Well, listen,
yeah.
guys, we're using a new streaming service this week, ladies and gentlemen. So do us a favor and drop a comment. There is something scrolling across the bottom of the screen that says tag your stylist with the at button. Let us know you're here. And we are going to get started because every Monday night I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing our executive company vice president, Mary Grace Lewandowski. And, remember that title because it's important. You always go, it's not important, right? And I get to talk to her about, our direct sales business and what we do for a living. So you were more than likely invited here by one of our stylists within our community, our wonderful community. And I always like to open by saying that it's such an honor that this stylist, either him or her, invited you to come on this call tonight because we as an organization get to choose who we want to work with. So you were chosen to listen to this call and hear it with an open ear. And I always say, like, open your heart to it and just listen. It may be something that you're not interested in. That's perfectly fine. Or this could be something that someone is interested in, and we can bless them with direct sales business. So now that I've dropped the direct sales line, there's a ton of people watching Mary Grace. We definitely are streaming
Yay!
properly. So this is so good. Um, I always like to open with this question because I do think that it is kind of a daunting way to explain what we do, but we are direct sellers. We work in the direct sales industry. So I was wondering, would you take a moment and tell these fine women and a few good men if what exactly is direct sales and how does it differ from the term we hear all the time of MLM or multi-level marketing?
Okay, what is direct sales? Well, Park Lane Jewelry is direct sales, and the title itself means direct to consumer. I was reading articles
Right.
about it, and they said the original salespeople that used to go like with their peddlers that would go with their pots and pans from door to door and the Little
Yeah,
House on the
that's
Prairie
true.
things. Yeah, that was
It's
like direct
true.
sales, direct to consumer. They weren't they it wasn't some
Mhm.
big box store. It was just a gentleman doing his own thing. But
Right.
we do represent a company. In our particular case, of course, we represent Park Lane, and we
Mhm.
serve as a liaison between the customer and the company, and so they get some personal service. And in today's world, it seems to be an extra fun, special, desired way to shop because people
Sure.
have the online Amazon thing, but you can't get a human being, that's going to help you. Like, which one looks better on me? So it's really fun and it's a really great way to get the best of both worlds because we're fast. We also do things online, but we're also going to give you that personal attention without you having to drive to a mall or whatever. Really,
I
direct
love that.
sales too is party plan, which means that we actually have built into our plan the
Mhm.
ability to give people free jewelry when they bring together their friends and family. And in today's world,
Right.
it could be done on so many different forums from Zoom to Facebook to Messenger to in real life. But people they deliver their friends and family to us. They let us meet their friends and family. Sometimes they invite people they don't even know if we're like doing it in a
Right.
restaurant or whatever. But because they
Yeah.
brought those potential customers to us and let us get in front of them, we reward them and we reward them with free jewelry. Our number one goal is selling a product, and our particular product happens to be jewelry.
Mm.
Now, multi level marketing, which people mix up sometimes, that name is the one that makes people say, like, is this a pyramid scheme? Which they're not. I mean, I'm not saying there's no pyramid schemes out there, but most multi-level marketing companies are not
No, yeah.
pyramid schemes, but they do have more of a recruiting base. So their
Right.
goal is to flip as many customers into reps as they can. And then they literally are keeping track of the multi levels that they have And there's rules depending on what company it is on, okay, this one got a little too heavy, now you need to build this level or whatever, and they're like juggling all the time. It has something to do with how they get paid. So I would say the biggest difference, and it really is quite a different business, multi-level marketing is done definitely more behind the computer. It's definitely a recruiting base, although they do have a product. It's normally a product that like hits your credit card once a month, like a recurring order. Okay. And direct
Right.
sales is you may, get some jewelry from us, not see us again for a couple months if, there's not going to be recurring charges, but hopefully you keep wanting to come back to us and that we can do it through a party plan too. So I think that's the best
Mhm.
way. And to me, to you, I'm going to speak for you, Janine, to us, really, it's been a
Yeah,
life changer because really direct sales
absolutely.
is running your own business with none of the overhead or stress, but all of the benefits. So if you've ever even thought, oh, I'd really love to work for myself or whatever, this is the way to do it, you guys. This is the way to put your toe in the water without making huge investments, just to, be able to work for yourself, make your own hours, have the flexibility, have an extra source of income and work around the life that you already have. And I can't think of, there's no other person that I could work for or a business that I could open where I could do
Yep,
that. And 2 years to make a profit
I
on a
do.
brick and mortar business when you open it usually. And we make money the
Mhm.
first week.
It's insane. There's no better way, but I love how you explain that. Thank you so much. So now that we know, that we offer a product and we're direct to consumer, a liaison, if you will, or a personal shopper, I like to say. Um, Tell us, why does jewelry fit to the direct sales model?
Well, when you decide that you're going to do direct sales or you want to look into it or investigate it, which I completely recommend, if you were to Google, like, tell me about direct sales, Siri, or whatever, probably
Yeah,
one of the things that would be recommended is that you pick a product that you love because, at the end of the day, it's your product, right? I mean, you're
right.
going to wear it, you're going to show it, and your joy comes through. What I always love to say about the jewelry thing is what's even smarter than picking a product that you love is picking a product that the most other people
Everybody
love.
else
And
loves.
that's where
Mhm.
jewelry fits in because the jewelry market is limitless. I mean, every
Yeah.
type of person, every demographic will purchase or wear jewelry. And of course, there's always someone out there like, no, my Aunt Gladys hates jewelry. Yeah, specifically, but you wouldn't be able to say
Right.
all people under 5'2" hate jewelry, but but
No,
you
yeah,
could
you're
say
right.
that for the big and tall section for me. Okay. So it's not limit. It's not limiting. Okay. Every type of person has jewelry. You also want to look at something that's going to withstand the test of time. Would you say that jewelry has withstood the test of time? Janine, when did you
100%.
find, you Googled this for me. When was the first documented piece of jewelry?
150,000 years ago.
Yep, made out of snail shells. Isn't that interesting?
Yep,
And
right?
now we
Yes.
won't give you a projection as far as time because it's limitless, but just we can tell
Mhm.
projections of of how much they think people are going to spend. $43 billion in the fine jewelry market. It's like so it's a great place to be. Arguably, I think it's always smart to sell something that's consumable, and fashion is considered consumable.
Consumable.
It
Yep.
changes with the out right now. All I'm seeing pop up a lot are you guys two out there like transitioning into a new season?
Into
And
fall.
jewelry is
Mhm.
such a transitional item. It's so helpful to go from summer to spring or whatever. So it's consumable in that it changes with the outfits and the trends and the events and everything else. So that's really fun. Um, Withstands the test of time. Oh, one of the number one gifts in the world, candy, flowers, jewelry.
Candy,
Okay.
flowers, jewelry. Yep.
Now you tell me of
Yeah.
those three, which is the only one that lasts? Jewelry. Okay. Also, fine fashion goes up, jewelry goes up in value. Real jewelry goes down in value, like a car, the minute that you take it out of the store. But fine
How true is
fashion
that?
jewelry, like ours, continues to go up. So it's actually a good investment too. Um, and then that's the standpoint of the consumer. From our standpoint, the sellers,
Yeah.
what's so amazing, okay, is we wear our product. Now you might think, oh, but let me explain that to you. All right. When I sold candles, if I had shown up in the grocery and Ginny, can you even believe this? You will believe this. One of
I
the
will.
trainings, I worked for them for 12 years. One of the trainings they recommended was taking a 3-wick candle and putting it in your grocery cart and strolling around with it. And if anybody asked, you just say you didn't want to leave it in the car because it gets hot, but that it would start
Oh,
conversations. I'm like, I don't think I'd want to buy a candle from someone that I started
that's
a
really
conversation.
interesting. Yeah, no, I don't think that would work today. Let's just say.
Okay. But I have my necklace on, get 42 compliments a day when I'm out and about. And it's so transitional. It's such an easy way to go, oh, that makes me so happy. I rep a line out of Chicago. This is what I do. Let me give you my website. Okay. So I'm out there wearing my product. Really easy for people to know what I do. But they're wearing jewelry too. And I can always compliment
Mhm.
their jewelry, whether it's ours or not, and transition that conversation. And of course, my customers and my hostesses are referring people back to us. Jewelry is very easy to ship and store. Okay, it's very easy to take any place. So, like if I am doing like at a wine bar or something, I'm going to meet some people and show them my newest line of jewelry. The size of a purse, a tote over my shoulder, and off I go. There's no big setup. There's no having to be places early. It's
Right.
very easy to show. Did I forget anything big?
No,
Why
I don't think
jewelry?
you did, but I can ask you to answer one of the comments. Someone said, "Does Park Lane Jewelry have seasonal jewelry?" So they asked that question in the
Oh my gosh,
comments.
you guys, I don't want to exaggerate, which I have been known to embellish in my life. Okay. But not about this. I
Yeah.
I know we get new jewelry every single week. And I feel like we get new jewelry almost every single day. Yes.
Daily.
And we
Yeah.
even have this. So, yes, we get seasonal jewelry for different times of the year. We have a subscription called Sparkle Box where you know that when it's coming, it's right on. Like the October piece is going to scream October.
Trend.
Yes.
Yes.
So, absolutely. We get new jewelry every single week, every single month, 4 capsules a year, 2 major catalogs a year. Yes. So again, it's changing all the time. They give us a lot to
So
do.
I'm They do. I'm noticing in the comments that some people are talking about some of the things that they've sold. So we didn't even ask that question, but can you talk really briefly about our direct hire program?
Oh, are they doing it? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I know, because I didn't mean to confuse you by saying I used to work with another direct sales company,
Right.
but now you're going to ask me why Park Lane. But okay, Janine has a similar story. She used to sell baskets. I used to
Hmm.
sell candles. I have a very large portion of my leader team here in the Grace and Grit organization has past
Yeah.
experience with other direct sales companies. If I were to speak
Many
to
of
most
us.
of them, most of us would all say that we kind of fell into it. Like we went to a show, we loved the product, someone asked us about it, we said yes. And we loved what we did, but we didn't go out and compare because we didn't even know what direct sales was hardly. We just went with
No.
our company, okay? Well, when my both of us had concerns at different times with our companies, mine had like 5 new presidents in 5 years. They were changing
Same.
the programs not to our favor, to all kinds of things, writing on the wall, right? So I thought I
Mhm.
love the direct sales lifestyle. I can't ever see going to work for someone else again. And I wanted to stay in direct sales. Well, when I started looking, I was like, okay, Park Lane is the only, first I knew I wanted jewelry, and then I started looking at other jewelry companies. But Park Lane has something really in its favor, you guys. They are the only direct sales company that uses what they call a direct appoint
Direct
program,
hire. Yeah.
which makes them like other companies, okay? Like companies out in the
Hmm.
world. They recognize experience, which is what everybody does, right? But in
Yeah.
most direct sales, and they justify it to us somehow, and I really don't know why I ever bought into it. But in most direct sales companies, you have to start from the bottom and work yourself up no matter what. Well, here at
Hmm.
Park Lane, they go, no, Mary Grace Lewandowski, you were like number one in your other company. We're going to bring you here as okay, here's how our title looks to that title about what you did. Yep.
Hmm.
You're going to be a company vice president here. And you have the title and you have the pay that goes with that level. The other
Wow.
thing that is super, super neat about Park Lane is they have no minimums. And basically, what they do is they've been around since 1955, 71
Yep.
years. They have watched other companies come and go, and they look at what works and they adopt it, and they look at what doesn't
Hmm.
work and they don't do it, right? And they said, leading with fear and intimidation is just not the way to go. So, like, once
Right.
you, so I came here as a company vice president. Since that time, I've graduated or promoted to an executive company vice president. Do you
Very
know that I
good.
could leave for years and come back and I would still be an executive company vice president? That's huge. It's two of the biggest things that make Park Lane stand out is the direct appoint program and the no
Yep.
minimums. Okay.
It's
Now, aside
refreshing.
from that,
Mhm.
they stand out in so many other ways. When I was looking at all the jewelry companies, I loved that Park Lane had like a full product service line. Most every other company had a, a, a niche, oh, we're all silver, we're all charms, we're all crystals or whatever, which is great. But, I picked jewelry because of the expanded market. I didn't want to limit it. So I loved with Park Lane that we had all this going for us. It's cash rich and debt free. You don't hear of that anymore. Now, I was very relieved to know that I was going to get paid every week because we had had some scary times in my other company, as did you, Janine. So that meant a lot to me. But
Very.
you guys, you don't even really realize what that, I mean, you're going to, you realize, but you don't think about how much buying power that gives a company too, and how the
Yeah.
fashion designers want to work with them.
Sure.
People want to work with a cash rich, debt free company. So we always have our finger on the pulse. Like we're always the first with everything. And it's so incredibly cool. And we have so much confidence because of all of that. And it's their programs. I already told you about how they direct a point, recognize experience. And, I love how our CEO says this too. He goes, I knew right from the beginning that I needed to hire people who are better than I was, that knew more than I did. And that's what he did. He's like surround himself with people that were the best at Longaberger, the best at, oh, sorry, didn't mean to say names. Doesn't matter. They're all great. Okay. The best, and now all we're here sharing and our organization is full of all of this knowledge. It's so cool.
Right.
And just the programs like the customer price,
Oh,
the
yeah.
customer buying program, it's everything. It's buy two for regular, get four for half. Right now it's been 71 because it's our 71st anniversary this month, but spend $71 and get any item you want for 35 bucks. It's crazy, you guys. We have things that are $200 and that people can get them for 35 bucks right now. Well, what that does is a few things. First, girls love a sale. Guys do too, but especially girls. Okay. We love a sale. We love to repeat a sale. We love to share a sale. So everyone in the community, once they hear about Park Later out there, wait, you hear? Oh my gosh, blah. Okay, so that's really fun.
Right.
Secondly, it assures that people have a lot of jewelry, which is awesome for us because they're out there wearing it. So no matter what someone's style is, they'll be like, I didn't know if I loved the one you had on yesterday, but this one, like that's really fun. Also, not to sound mercenary, but most of us do jobs for money. Well, our average order here at Park Lane is well over $100. And it's because of the customer sale. The customer's thrilled they're getting so much for their $100. And we're thrilled because we get paid on commission, right? So we love getting paid on the $100.
Yeah.
So we have the most generous customer buying plan. We have the most generous hostess plan where we can reward those people who bring us all together. They average $400 to $500 in free jewelry. I mean, it's crazy. That's just averages. And then we also are the highest paid rep in the industry. So you may have never been looking at direct sales, but you already are already hearing about the best. And if you have looked at direct sales, or like you said, people had in the comments, your mouth's
Mhm.
open right now, isn't it? Because all of us were like, what? No minimums? What?
No quotas, no
People
minimums, and you don't get demoted. And
yeah.
that's something that is you don't see that across our genre, right? You
Mhm.
don't see the opportunity of advancement that you have here, and you most certainly see a lot of fear out there, and we do not have that here. You
Nope.
can come here and know that you are secure in what you're doing, and
Yeah.
that we will help you every step of the way. So I
Yeah.
always find
And
that
it's
to be just
your business.
refreshing.
Right?
It's your business.
Exactly.
Yeah, no fear. So tell them, because I think the top 3 things you just said, the customer plan, the hostess plan, and the fact that we're the highest paid. I think that's all they need to know, really.
Okay, bye.
But, tell me yeah, bye. Tell me, I'm gonna be dropping the Google form in soon, but I want them to know, why is now the perfect time?
First, I feel like I have to tell our audience if Janine seems a little more subdued than usual, it's because she's in
Mm,
her niece's house looking after a little newborn baby. I know
I
people are
am.
like, why is Janine being so professional? Okay. So
Oh,
there
you
she
are
goes.
insane. You're
Or you're
insane.
quieter, and it's like, I gotta tell them. But it's one of the flexibility things of our jobs, isn't it? That
It
you get to
is.
go off
I'm
and
in
here
another
you are
state.
still.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why now?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I literally was thinking about this today. How I can be here
Okay.
16 years and still get amazed. We just dropped our new line, like in late July. We just dropped our new line.
That's just.
I can't believe everything is brand new. Most people haven't seen all of it yet. And yet, what we're doing for people that decide to sell Park Lane right now is we're giving them an extra $200 in free jewelry over what we usually do. You
I know it's
know,
insane.
this girlfriend of mine once, she said, Mary Grace, she said, I ran 3 high-end boutiques in LA. You can imagine competitive, right? And so
Hmm.
many fun stories of the people she used to
Wow.
wait on, Heather Locklear and whatever. But anyway, I'll get into that some other time. But she said, when we had things for sale, what do you think we had for sale? When we gave extra, what do you think we
Old
gave?
product.
And it was like,
Yeah.
it was what nobody else wanted. It was what was left over, and they just wanted to clear out inventory. We just got a new line, and we're offering an extra $200 of it for free to anyone who joins
Hmm.
Park Lane right now. So normally you get 500. Right now you get
Seven.
$700 in
Seven.
jewelry. For
Yep.
$129 is the registration cost. The
Insane.
jewelry is really free. The registration cost is $129.
True.
If a registration cost, you get your own personal website, get you access to all of the tools that we have here at Park Lane. Like there's no credit card fees or anything. Park Lane takes care of all that
No.
stuff. So all
Yeah.
of that. And now the rest of us, we pay $130 a year to re-up that. You guys right now for 129 get everything we're
Double
getting
dip.
when we re-up. Yeah,
Yep.
but $700 worth of jewelry
Double
as
dip.
well.
Yep.
Now, in
Yep.
addition to that, what you do is you have a show. This is like your grand opening. Okay. You decide how you want to do it. There's so many different ways. The person that invited you will do your show, and you will get the hostess credit on top of that $700 in jewelry. So you get more jewelry, which I think is always so fun because after you do your show, you get a better idea too of what your friends like, and then think, oh, they all love
Oh,
that. I got to
agreed.
add that. Oh, they all wanted that. I bet,
Absolutely.
so it is. It's
Hmm.
really fun. And then you get the paycheck.
Hmm.
So you're paid immediately. It's on the job training with a paycheck. And it's like what I love to say, and Janine loves this. You will leave more than you came with if
Well,
you
it's
ever leave
true.
Park Lane. A lot of us never
Yeah.
want to leave Park Lane. But should you leave, even after a week, you will leave with more than you came with. You don't know what you don't know until you give it a try. So
Right.
really it's like we do everything we can in our power to give you the tools and the ability to take this life changing step for extra income. And right now, it's
Absolutely.
just extra. And whenever you're at a transitional stage of seasons and stuff, it's such a smart time to start this because no matter how many people, a lot of people say, oh, so many people in my circle already know about Park Lane. Okay, first of all, that's your circle. It's not reality. We're so understaffed. We do not have enough reps. We need them desperately. Okay.
Right.
But they don't have the new stuff. They don't have the
No.
capsule that's going to drop in September. You could be the first one to show the new stuff and get paid for it. So it's an amazing, amazing opportunity, and I can't recommend it highly enough. I'm awful glad I had the courage
Me
because
too.
it takes a little
Me
bit of
too.
courage. I remember saying to my husband, like, "Oh, what if nobody buys anything?" And he goes, "Well, I tell you what." And I'm like, oh, here we go. He goes, if you don't do this, no one will buy anything. And
Yeah.
I laughed, but
Agreed.
I thought that says it all. I don't know if anyone will buy anything, but I know they won't if I don't do it. So, and obviously people have bought things. So here we sit.
Well, at this point, I think they have since you're
Yeah.
executive company vice president. Well, you know what, Mary Grace, I really appreciate you hopping in. I did throw
Oh, I
the
forgot to tell
Google
you
form in the
something.
chat.
Can I
Oh, go
say one
ahead.
more thing? I'm sorry, I don't mean to
Hmm.
wake the baby.
That's all
Because
right.
right now, here within my organization, when you join Park Lane, you and the person that recruits you have the opportunity to win a Gucci purse or $1,000 cash, your choice. So you
It's
can choose
insane.
a Gucci purse or $1,000 cash. One person, I'm going to do a drawing, and like that's just within my organization. So the chances for you to win are like off the charts. So this is the time to do it for all of those things
Hey,
in
listen,
front of you.
comment now. Would you choose the $1,000 cash or would you
Yeah.
choose the Gucci bag? Do us to comment and let us know if you're watching this live or on the replay. I have dropped the Google form in the chat. What we want you to do is fill that out. But the other thing we always ask is that, if your stylist, your friend invited you here tonight, the one thing you can do to really honor them is contact them right away and book a party, right? Book a
Yes.
show. You don't have to say yes to becoming a stylist. You can just say yes to hosting,
Yeah, let's
and
see how it
your
goes.
stylist, yeah, see how it goes. And your stylist can then offer it to you when the show is over. When you're ready to close, you can take the jewelry and the cash. You can just take the jewelry. It is definitely your choice, but make the choice wisely. And we're so happy that you hopped in tonight. A lot of people are saying $1,000 cash. A lot of people are saying Gucci bag, Mary Grace. It is
Is
split.
it like half and
I
half?
am
That's why I
watching
did that. That's why I did
it.
the split
Love it.
there. So
Love it.
come and
Thank
join
you
us,
so much for
guys.
joining
We
us
want to
tonight.
give you that.
Join us.
Bye.
And we're going to see you next week, 7 Central, no, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. We'll see you on
Yep.
Monday night.
See you
Take
then.